All right, we are back out in London today. This is North London. We're out in Hendon, Kosher Wine and Spirits, also known as the Whisky World. Gonna go in and have a look and see what they've got. They've got a couple of stores, North London. It's not too bad off the highway to kind of like on the way in and out of London to go in and check it. The parking's a little bit rough around here, but let's go in and see what they've got. Or the grapevine. Fine. So all kinds of names for these guys. Kosher Wines, Grapevine, Whisky World. So it all kind of goes to the same place. So let's go and have a look. So here we are inside. This is the wine front. So where we want is going to be down the back here. Whiskey and Spirits. And had a bit of a look in here before. So on this right hand side we have American stuff. I think it moves around a little bit. He was the manager was saying that they do move some stuff, so we had a bit of an interesting look. So this one here, the Thinkers, it's an Israeli bourbon finish. So it's an American whiskey bourbon that kind of like Never Say Die, that they've taken over to Israel. Then it sits by the sea for a couple of years to mature before they bottle it up. So I think that's one of the first times that they've done that. So that was quite interesting. As far as we know, the only place in the UK that's selling Penelope. So I'll be picking up one of these Penelope toasted. I've had that, love that. New riffs, we've got Booker's, Elijah Craig's. Had a look at this. They did have some of the barrel proofs, but that's gone now. Got some Blantons, some Woodfords, double oaked. We've got a Masters collection there, Boondocks, Noah's Mill, all of the different Mictors. Coming down, we've got Cast Strength Maker's Mark, Lot 40s, Whistle Pigs. So that's quite a decent little selection in there, and certainly some different stuff. We'll have a look at the rest of the shop. So this is some independent whiskies that they've got here. Some of the like fancy bits. They've got some tasting stuffs out here, and quite the range. I'll just hold this for 2 seconds so you can have a look and see some of the scotches that they have. And we're going to now go and check out their other store. So a bit of a car wrap up before we go. We've picked up the Penelope Toasted barrel strength. I think this is a fantastic bottle. I tried this in Low Country, so I really want to find one of these, and finding out that they had one was partly why I even headed up this way today, because they seem to be the only guys in the UK that have it. But what was also quite interesting that they were saying is that even though they are the Whisky World and that's one of the websites, sometimes they've got stock there that they may not have on the Whisky World, and vice versa, because the kind of stock lists they're different to the website. So if something sells out online on the website, it's always worth kind of like checking in to see what they've got there. But yeah, let's go check out this other shop. Well, there's one, the wine cellar has turned into a baby boutique. So I guess we can take the wine cellar off the list, because that's no longer a shop that can be visited. Sad when they close down, so I'll get my little whiskey map updated, but that's why we go and check these places. Now I'm going to go in and check the other kosher wine store, which I know is there. So I've made it out to East London now. Here's the Grapevines, I think Hackney. So big storefront. Let's go in and have a look and see what they got in here. A lot of wines in this store. Very nice looking shop, but when we come in, we've already been clued up that on the right hand side over here is American whiskies. Well, this is cool. They've actually got quite a lot more minis than you normally see in other places. So different selections here. Got Turkey 12, some Peerless, and I'm not sure what this Ethan's is. There's a sorghum whiskey there. There's a Ethan's straight bourbon whiskey. So don't know anything about that. So that's interesting. You got your Makers, Angel's Envy, Legend, Great, and your Woodfords. And I think that looks like it's about it for the American stuff. So I got a little bit disheveled. This is what happens when you're out for the whole weekend. So I picked up that Penelope today. Excited to give this a crack. Give it a pour. And see what that one is like. I've only had this once before, which is at Low Country, and it's got that nice toasted caramel nose. Sweet, light. That oaky toast comes through on the end. Slight Kentucky hug. Really, really sweet. Oh, I like that. That's a good pick. So, Penelope, barrel strength, full proof, went in there today specifically for that. And I'm happy with that buy.
But you know what? It's a follow-up update time, because by chance we're back in London doing something for work. Gerry's is open. Yellowstone pick has arrived, so we're going to go in and check that out and pick up one of those. And I hear if we come and have a chat with him in store, he may have some other stuff as well. I'll find out when that South Pick's landing proper.
And if you want to know how much the barrel has just come in, there's a bit of a plaque there. It says Yellowstone outside. It's literally just coming in. Because there's the barrel.
Just had this in this morning.
We just sold out.
Got some eggnog. What, did 200 bottles already? That would be impressive. How many did you just get in the end?
Ooh.
There it is.
Two.
Have you got any opened yet?
230.
156 bottles out of the barrel.
You got 156 out. Is that the barrel details over there?
Yeah.
There you go. We're going to do a
That's a sealed
little
one.
sip tasting. Cheers.
Salute.
Salute.
Okay. I don't want to sell you an open bottle, do I?
Sitting out front, so we picked up a bottle of that. I think they're sold out as of right now on the website, but again, give them a call. They could probably sort you out. And I think some will come onto the website in the future. Right, so while I'm walking and talking, let's talk Yellowstone picks. Although I did get they just threw in a random Liquid Death water along with it. But so up front, very sweet, a little bit nutty, a little bit vanilla, a little bit of oak, like more oak in there than you kind of comes in on the nose. So it came in a little bit. I wasn't drinking from a Glencairn glass at the time, so it's just a tiny little sample. So probably not enough to give like a full thoughts and reviews. But that sweetness, it was a lot sweeter than I was expecting, which is quite nice. It's something a little bit different. The finish on that afterwards, once it drops out, you normally get kind of, I want to say like a rich kind of spiced finish sometimes. Didn't get that, but instead again you got that sweet aftertaste. Does leave you with that little bit of like moreish kind of like, again, after you eat something sweet and you're like, it just leaves that little bit of a sugared hint off on the end of your tongue. So overall I think it's a pretty good pick. They were saying I think it's the first pick into the UK of Yellowstone, so definitely happy to pick that up for £80. It's not really a bank breaker, and I really like single barrel picks. I've started to try to think about how I'm going to curate my whiskies and stuff going forward, and I really think that's going to be around single barrel picks, particularly of anything that's normally out, because single barrel picks, they tend to be better because you're not going through a blend. You get like a little bit of difference, something a little bit more interesting. So we'll see how that takes us. The Saz is going to land a couple of weeks, a week or two. That's going to be, I think this is 80 pounds, 45%. And other news coming out is you've got a stag and a willet coming from Nichols and Perks in the next by Christmas kind of a thing. The Tipples of Manchester have just had a couple of drops. They've had their Rebel single barrel pick. So there's a lot going on out there, and it also seems that Buffalo Trace products, don't know if this is coming from Buffalo Trace, don't know if one source liked it and jumped on it, don't know what the direction behind this is yet, but a lot of places have been doing a buy and upgrade. So buy a Buffalo Trace product, get a chance to upgrade it into one of the BTACs or the nicer Buffalo Trace range. So that's interesting. It takes a little bit of the gamble out, rewards a little bit of the buyers a little bit more. Still not the protection from auction houses, but you know, it's going to help move some of that core product. Definitely going to help independent retailers sell some more stuff. So yeah, I don't know if that's a new strategy. I don't know what's happening with that, but there you go. I think that's going to be it from me. I'm going to go do some bits with work, and I'll see you guys in the next one.